March 11th.
March 11th. What happens? You're starting this one off.
Oh, that I am? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
March 11th. Um, Will uh Will decides he's finally gonna make himself go into Colin's room, and he he heads over there, and he he has to gear himself up for it, which he's done several times and still hasn't been able to go in. Um, but this time he he goes through his little, like, he'll stand out there, he'll kind of look at the door for a while. He will like put his hand on the door handle, um, and then he'll take some big breaths, and he will turn it. Well, I guess he has to put in the code first. He puts in the Cheval's license plate number, and then he will open it. Like, he actually gets the door open, and he pushes it so that the door is just open. Um, and he'll just kind of stand and wait and look in there and take in the room. What does it look like in the room? I don't. Do you remember the state of the room where Colin has left things?
It's cleaned up from when Jacob ransacked it because you and Colin cleaned it up the night that he died. So it's pretty tidy. There's like a few, I think his clothes from RN Labs are hung up on the little open dresser thing. His journal's in there on the nightstand next to the bed.
So he kind of gathers himself, takes another deep breath, and then walks in. Um, and then he will. I think he'll walk over to the clothes, and he'll take those, and he'll just kind of take them and hold them and hug them and smell them. Um, and he'll kind of just like walk around and like not really knowing what to do. Like, he's just kind of like almost in a trance. Um, and um, there's blood tears on the bed, right? Aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll like notice that, and that's the thing that. So he'll just kind of like sit on the bed and like make the realization that that must have meant that he was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And that like that brings on the like he just loses it, I think, on his bed. Um, and I think he just like cries until he can't cry anymore. Like, he cannot. There's like no blood tears left. Uh, and he'll just kind of just sit there, not doing anything but just existing in the room.
Did did he leave the door open?
Yeah.
So I think um, eventually you would notice that, like, standing not in the doorway, but in a place where you can see through the doorway, um, is Roman, um, who doesn't look. Um, he's standing there. He has a box in his hand. It's hard to see because the hallways in the Warren are very dark and dim. Usually, don't have the best lighting for aesthetic purposes. But you can see him standing there. Once you make eye contact with him, he like slowly begins to move towards you and into the room, um, looking at Will's reaction and body language to gauge if he should continue in.
Will is like he's just kind of blank. Like he doesn't really like he doesn't like he makes the eye contact, but he doesn't really say anything. But he doesn't seem like mad or anything. Like he's just kind of like a shell, you know.
Roman walks in. He has a banker's box in his hands, one of those cardboard boxes with lids. And
Oh,
he
gotcha.
sets it on the floor and then sits down, not right next to Will on the bed, but close ish, and reaches into the pocket of his cargo jacket and pulls out a handkerchief, um, and just kind of holds it towards Will.
Uh, what kind of like takes a second. It's almost like he's in slow motion to process things. Uh, and then he'll look over at Roman and he'll take the handkerchief and say, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Guess I'm gonna need a box, huh?
If there's anything you want to take with you.
It doesn't have very much.
No, he didn't.
You, you use a past tense. I didn't.
I suppose I've had more practice than you.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. You have had more practice. That's awful.
There's no need to apologize. It is what it is. And just because I used the past tense doesn't mean that I think that Colin will be with us. I think he had an impact on all of us.
Yeah, he did. He'll kind of wipe his face with the hanky and then offer it back to Roman.
I think you should keep it, Will.
Right. Sorry.
I
And then
didn't
here.
mean to disturb
Oh,
you.
what?
I didn't mean to disturb you. I just thought I would bring you something.
It was very kind of you. I. I didn't think I'd be walking in here alone. Maybe it was stupid of me to do that. Grace is mad at me, so. And I don't know, she didn't love him like I did, so maybe I don't know.
Unfortunately, there will be a lot of time to grieve. So I'm sure that you and Grace will have time to do that together too.
Yeah.
Why is she mad at you?
I wouldn't marry her.
Why not?
I want to. I've wanted to. But, fuck, Roman. You're married to Agnes. So I'm just gonna assume that anything I told Agnes, if you don't already know it, you're gonna know it. So just, can we just have a gentleman's agreement that nothing goes anywhere other than, I guess, maybe Agnes? Although Agnes wouldn't tell me all of Grace's stuff, so maybe we can have some guy stuff too. I don't know.
I am happy to keep any secrets from for you, Will.
Um, I mean, Agnes knows this. I'm gonna go be an Anak.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, and I'm blood bonded to the prince. Well, mostly, not all the way. She thinks all the way, but
That is a good position for you to be in.
for now, we'll see how it goes. Usually, things don't go so well for me. But, um, no, I don't want to work for the Camarilla anymore. I can't do it.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do what I've been denying for a long time, and I'm gonna go be an Anak. But, well, fuck, everybody but me know that my mom's the Baron, so, I mean, I just, I love Grace so much, but I can't put that target on her back.
I understand that.
She doesn't, not at all.
I also understand that.
What do you mean you understand that?
I mean, I understand having a wife that has very strong ideas about things.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
And I think that I don't know how many decisions you're going to be able to make for her.
Yeah. She said that I keep making the decisions for us.
I'm guessing she did not like that.
Yeah, no, she wants to marry me. She doesn't want to wait anymore. Which I don't either. I mean, it's not like it's not like we're on opposite sides here. Like, we want the same thing. It's just,
Agni said that you are thinking about doing it anyway.
yeah,
I think that you should.
I should do it anyway.
I think that you should. You can always do it again.
Right. Do it again.
But if it means something to you and it means something to Chris, then I think you should do it.
Am I being stupid here, Roman?
For
Man to
what
man.
part of it?
Whatever part you want to share.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think it depends.
Oh,
But
what?
I don't think that you are wrong. I just think that there's very little that we can do to stop ourselves from being in danger. So if there's something that you want to do, you should just do it anyway.
Now that sounds like Grace.
Well, maybe she's right about that.
Roman, she's usually right. That's the problem.
I know that situation very well.
Yeah.
I have very rarely been the one that is right.
So what? It's better to just go along with it, let them be right.
I think that it is better to listen to the wisest person in the room. And if it happens to be your wife, then that's what it is. But sometimes
how
it may be
oft-
somebody else.
Okay.
She just scooted close to the mic.
I saw.
She scooted herself closer.
Are you
You're
getting my
right.
purring?
You're right. We have to share this.
She's so ridiculous. Oh, tuna.
Sometimes you could be the person that is right.
Like, I'm right about safety. That's an issue.
You are right about that. I just
Fair
don't
enough.
know if you are right about the way to deal with it.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know.
When Agnes said you've been married like 10 times.
That is true. We have been married 10 times.
I mean, you kindred. So how does that work? Do you just go through the like the motions of the ceremony? Do you actually like file anything with City Hall? Like what?
Well, it depends. I mean, we are not very young, Will, so the first time was when we were alive. So that one was real, in a sense. It happened in a church and it was written down in the town. You know, they kept records of that kind of thing. Not that they lasted or did anything with them, but that one we did have records for. The last one we did, I got the fake ID and started Agnes. We had some documents, so we could go to City Hall because we had never done that before. So that one is we did file all the legal stuff. There's been a few that sometimes we just have someone perform the ceremony and the act of doing it, like you said, just going through the motions. And the promises, it doesn't really matter if there's some legal thing involved, but
There's no like kindred version of.
well, there is a kindred version, Will, but I don't think it's something that you want. It is usually a political move. People get blood bound to each other.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
Yes, I don't think that would be a good idea.
And right now I'm partially blood bonded to the prince, so
I thought it would not work for you.
yeah.
And I don't think that your wife would like to be in an unequal partnership in that way. But I could be wrong. She just does not strike me like someone that would like that.
No, she would hate that. You're right. She would hate that.
I suppose it's just about doing something that is going to be meaningful to you. I think that there are things that we keep every time that are similar to what it was like when we were alive, just because that has meaning still. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that.
Okay.
Did you... You were not married when you were alive, right?
No. No, and well, when I met my parents, they'd already been married for a long time. And I can't really talk to them yet. But I don't. If I'm gonna do this, I don't want to wait anymore.
I don't think that you should. I think that it will make you both feel better and more connected.
Is that what I did for you?
Some of the times.
Just some of them.
I think some of them, I don't know, it was always for a different reason. And because it is fun.
Yeah. Why are you telling me all this?
Well, you asked me about
I
some
did.
of it. And
I did, but you didn't. You don't have to answer me.
I suppose you're right, but I have
And
no reason not to.
you're a mysterious guy, Roman.
I'm a mysterious guy. Why do you say that?
I don't know you. You're always around, but not visible. And
Well, that is just the way of things when you are Nosferatu.
also, the first time I met you, you threatened us all.
Right?
I don't know if you remember that. That was
I do remember that.
pretty fucking terrifying.
Well, I'm glad that it was terrifying because it was my goal, but I am sorry that it happened.
I mean,
Agnes is much better at trusting people that are not like us. Something I'm trying to learn from her.
so you don't trust me?
I trust you now, that's why I'm telling you these things. But when I met you, I did not know you. I knew that you were part of the coterie that my wife was in for the Camarilla. It does not set a good bar for me. And I knew that you were not Nosferatu.
Yeah, but Didn't you know that I've been with Agnes for a decade?
I did know that.
We look out for each other. We always have.
I'm glad. I am I am sorry about that. I think it was just the beginning of having Agnes back, and I'm always the best version of myself when I am with her, so I don't think I had gotten back to the way I like to be yet.
I can relate to that. How long have you and Agnes been together?
Well, let's see. I think it is almost 530 years.
Holy fuck.
I mean, for a lot of that we were not actually together. So let's take that out. Maybe, let's say 250.
That's still a lot.
It is still quite a lot. You can ask me whatever you want, William.
I want you to like me, Roman. I I really I really care about Agnes. I love her as part of my family. I hope you know that.
I do know that. And she
Yeah.
has you.
So you have to understand I'm protective of her. I don't know.
I think you should say whatever it is you want to say right now.
You 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 how could you do what you did to her?
I'll give you an answer, but I don't think that there is one that I can give that will make you forgive me in the way you want to.
Okay.
I thought that I had ruined our lives with what I did by getting impressed and in turn impressing Agnes. And so I intended to send both of us to the final death. But I did not know enough. And when it came time to bury myself alongside her, I was too weak to do it.
Okay.
There is nothing that can excuse what I did. And every evening when I wake up and Agnes is still alongside me, I am incredibly grateful for that. She should not be.
As long as you know that. You you're with Agnes. She loves you. So by proxy, you know, you're important to me too. But also, I'm gonna look out for her.
Well, if it comes to something like that, if we get in a war to protect Agnes, I think unfortunately you will lose that. But I am very appreciative of the care and feelings that you have for my wife.
I know you're way more powerful than me, so. But I just need you to know that.
Consider it known.
Okay.
Are you still terrified of me, Will?
Not as much.
Not as much,
Just, I mean, Roman, at any minute you could do whatever you wanted to me. Let's just be real here.
but I have not.
But you haven't known me that long.
That's true, but you've been a guest in my home for a long time.
About that actually, we have a. If you're gonna give us a place here, we should pay you for that.
You do not have to do that, Will.
No, I we I would like to.
Well, it is not how things work down here.
Well, then how do they work?
It is more like a. Everybody contributes something, but finances and money are not a problem for us, so we don't really deal in that with people.
So what do you want from me then?
Nothing.
Everybody does something. You just said that. So what?
I'm just
What
saying
can I
that
do?
it is not like there are other people paying rent and you're not. I think when the time comes, maybe an introduction to your mother would be good. I know
Like a
that Agnes knows her, but I do not.
wait, Agnes knows my mother.
I
Like like really well, or
no,
just like
no. I think she just has met her a few times. I don't think
oh
they
okay.
don't know each other very well. But I'm just saying I have not
Okay.
introduced myself.
You got me thinking they were like best friends or something.
No,
And I was gonna be like, nobody told me that, but
they
people
are
don't
not.
tell me things.
It is
Roman, you
it's just a
sure you
good.
figured that out now?
Yes, well, I have. If I had a secret to tell you so you could have one, I would give it to you, but I don't.
Well, if you think of something,
Yes, I will let you know.
I mean, you know where I'll be. Have you met Grace?
I have. She is. I enjoyed meeting her.
That's good. I like your wife, so I would hope you like mine. Not that that's how it works. You don't have to, I guess. I just,
Well, the fact that Agnes invited both of you to game night, I'm glad that I like your wife too.
yeah, that feels like a really big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a very big deal, Will. I don't know why, but it is. It's very
Although,
exclusive.
yeah, yeah.
I will warn you,
Or,
it can be very intense.
right. Well, I'm not really much of a threat.
I don't know, you could be.
I mean, Grace.
I'm sure that she is.
Oh yeah, she's sharp as a tack. I don't know what's really fucking sharp. That's her. She's the smartest person I've ever met.
Well, maybe you will have a chance of winning something together. But I don't know. Anne Rifkin is a menace.
Yeah, this
Yes,
doesn't surprise me.
yes, it should not, but oh my goodness. We have had to ban so many games.
Wow, like what?
Well, the first time it was poker.
Poker's like a staple. You don't play
It is a
poker?
staple. Well, we used to play it a lot, but now we cannot because she shocked us all very good. I think I lost $1,500 the first night. I
That's a
mean,
lot
at
of
some
money.
point I probably should have stopped betting, but it took me a while to catch on.
Mm.
Lestat was furious. It was not a good time.
Maybe I'll just watch Family Game Night.
No, it is much better now. We know how to control it. Plus,
Yeah,
we've put On and Arun together, so he can curb her a little bit.
wow. Is Jacob come to game night?
He does not.
Oh. What? What are your thoughts on Jacob?
I think that he's. I think it is going to be difficult for us to pull him away from the Camarilla.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that he's intelligent, he's nice enough, but
He's young and stubborn.
yes, he is both of those things. And I think he has been given a lot of a lot of power for someone that is young and stubborn.
Hopefully it doesn't bite him in the ass.
I hope so too. I hope it does not bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
And I am worried about what will happen to him when on experiences the first change.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be dealing with that too well.
I do not think he will take it well.
He doesn't talk about it.
He thinks that they can stop it.
He is a vegan.
It's
They
ridiculous.
think they can do a lot of things.
Oh my goodness, don't get me started on it.
You think that's stupid?
I think it is very stupid.
Okay, good.
I think that agriculture can be done ethically.
It just seems really pretentious.
It's very pretentious. And a lot of it is worse for the environment. I don't understand why people do it. It's very frustrating. There are a few vegan gurus and it is like, oh my god. It is so difficult.
Yeah.
One of them does not even use honey from bees. Because it is from a bee. They don't even use the honey. It is just the byproduct. The bees do not want it.
We're doing them a service by taking it
It's
and using it.
ridiculous. It's so... We have to get this other thing for them. Oh my god. And like, it's not about the cost. It's just very inconvenient.
It's very inconvenient. You're right.
And like, difficult for them to stay healthy. Especially when, you know, they are here and they have a very specific job.
Yeah. Since On's approaching that change, do you have security measures in place?
We do.
I hate to ask it, but
We are prepared for that.
Poor kid just lost a friend and
I do not think that she is doing that well right now.
it's understandable.
When she does go through that, though, we are going to have more problems.
Yeah. I'm still a ranking member of the Camarilla for now. But it's not going to last much longer. And I mean, Jacob can always ask, but he's got his head in the sand about a lot of stuff. If there's any information that you'd like from Grace about the guru before, just let me know and I can talk to her and get that information.
That is a very generous offer. I will think about it. I'm sure that there is. I just don't know what it is right now.
Yeah. Granted, it's like 30 years worth of research, so it's a lot. I can't just be like, "Hey, Grace, tell me about this." She's like, "Well,
I think
so
also, if I were the one to choose, I think that I would just let On go through the first change and live her life as a Garu.
yeah, why is that?"
Well, I think that risking it by attempting the embrace is not worth it. And personally, I think it will cause a lot of problems for us in the kindred world. People will be trying to get her. And until they do, or she meets the final death, I think things will be in disarray.
Yeah. Well, before before they slaughtered my son, I would have agreed with you. But it's hard for me to say, yeah, let it go be one of those monsters.
She is one, William. There's nothing we can do about it. Even if she were embraced before she experienced it, it would happen. It does not mean that she will be like them.
The pack that showed up there, is there no way to know if they were connected to On? I mean, not all Ru is the same family, right? I mean,
Right? I don't know. I'm sure there is a way, but you would probably have to get pretty close to them to do it. And I don't know what it is.
Jacob seems pretty hell bent on taking them all out.
Yes, he does. You know that he cannot do that.
I know.
If he tries, it will be disastrous, but perhaps that could be useful.
How so?
I'm sure you have gathered that I also do not like the Camarilla.
Wait, you don't? But I thought.
I do not think that they should be running the city.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps the Garu will take care of them for us.
There's a thought.
It would require peace between The Karoo and any kindred that wanted to survive, though. Is that something that you think you could do?
No, Colin.
They did.
I guess I don't know, Roman. I like to think I could. But, my anger these days, I haven't been able to control it like I used to. And I'm scared. Rationally, I know it's the right thing to do. Just say I shouldn't be the one negotiating the peace.
I'll make a note of that. There isn't a right or wrong answer, though.
Yeah,
And if I were you, I don't know if I would be able to do it.
thanks.
It's true.
Roman, I wanted more than anything to be Colin's father. But I still feel like an imposter.
I wish I could tell you something encouraging. I think the first thing is that you don't have to wish because you were his father.
Even though it was days
That does not matter.
and it was. I mean, he never said yet. I mean, it's not like I asked him, hey kid, can I be your dad?
Well, that is not always how it works. It does not matter how long.
I can still be his father.
You still are his father. And you always will be. And it doesn't matter if it is days or weeks or centuries. You get to feel the pain of this loss. It is yours. I think about our first child almost every day. That was 150 years ago. And I also knew her for a few days.
Yeah. I didn't even know that that's what I wanted. was gonna make all these changes to make him part of my life, to give him the life he deserved. Now I'm making all these changes and he's not here to be in it. Blood tears over here on his bed. He cried himself to sleep. I didn't know that.
Well, you are always going to be Colin's father. And perhaps someday, when you think about him, it won't be as painful. And maybe that's the day that you decide to become a father again.
How long did that take for you?
Our next attempt was about 3 years later. And if you do, it's going to feel like it's been an eternity since you've been that kind of parent. And it also will feel like it's too soon.
Just, I don't want to imagine my life without him in it. And I wanted him.
I know. It's okay to let yourself see that life. What it would have been like.
No, it wouldn't have been perfect. He was a teenager after all. Teenagers are terrors, let's just be honest with ourselves here. Well, you know, you live with one.
I do. A human one.
I know there was going to be a lot of growing pains with Grace. Trying to find a balance. She's not the mothering type, you know. Which is fine. She doesn't need to be. I just know that was bound to cause friction. I just never want to hurt her or make her feel like she's not enough. Still wanted the chance to try. What, uh, what are the names of the children you lost?
Camille. She was the first one. It was in 1870. We were living in Quebec. She agreed to let us embrace her. And it did not go very well.
How did you know she was meant to be in your family?
I don't know, it's hard to tell. She wanted to be. We met her, we told her about our life, about ourselves. Gave her the choice.
Really pretty name.
It was. It was very hard for us to lose her.
What about the others?
Marie. Tomlin and Lilia. They were embraced by Agnes. Our children that died were all embraced by me.
Hi, Roman. It's gotta be hard.
I thought for a long time that it meant I was not meant to be a father to them.
Do you still believe that?
No. No, I do not.
Nosferatu embraces something.
That it is. It is. A horrifying rite of passage.
Nosferatu are very tough.
We are. I did not mean to detract you from your moment. He gestures around the room.
It's no, it's been nice to have you. You you're not so bad.
Well, thank you. I take that as a very high compliment from you.
I'm still a little scared of you, but
I think that is okay.
yeah. But I feel like I know you a little better now. Just good place to start, you know.
It is.
Appreciate you sharing your story with me, especially about your kids. It's nice to not be so alone in this, you know.
I do know. It is a pain like nothing else.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be able to clear anything out today.
Take however long you need to.
I mean, but it took me days just to open the door and walk through it, so feels like progress has been made.
I think it has. You could always sleep here tonight.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see Grace tonight.
I think that will also help.
Yeah. I need to make things right. Better when we're together, and there's a lot that we have to get through now, so
I think that is a good call.
it doesn't make sense for us not to be. Thank you, Roman.
He gets up and kind of comes to Will and puts a hand on his shoulder. Just gives it like a quick squeeze, like nods his head.
And Will's like looks up at him and just accepts the comfort, the gesture.
And then Roman turns and he leaves, leaving the door open.
Just hangs out in there for an indeterminate amount of time.
Probably a long time.
Yeah.